Hey everyone, I'm Jim D. Graham with RCGroups, and I'm here today to do a review on something I've never reviewed before. It's taken me a while to figure out how to do this. There's so much tech intel to go over. I have multiple screens around me, and so I have information surrounding me about this. First, I'm going to go over what it is, how it applies to you as a hobbyist, why I was interested in it, and then I have video of me utilizing it in different ways. Let me take a sip here. Today, we're talking about an electric generator. So we're all familiar with gas generators, and um, I've always had small little portable devices, but I've never had what I would consider an electric generator in that you can charge it at your house through a wall outlet or solar panels, which I've never done. Now, I used to work with Matt Gunn, and Matt was always into solar panel things like this. So I have a little bit of knowledge, and I do have a desire to grab solar panels so that I can utilize this. It won't matter until it does, until I'm out there in the pasture or the power goes out in the house. And so, what can we do first? I have video here in the shop, but I'll add this and show it to you. So this is the actual unit itself. It's about the size of an ice chest. It weighs almost 70 pounds. It does have wheels and a handle like a suitcase. So let's go over why you care about this, why you might care about this. If you're a guy like me and you might go to events like Joe Knoll or something like that, you could throw this in the truck, fully charge it. And I'm going to go all over the stats and all the things you might want to know, but you can charge it in 2 hours. And then you would have the ability to charge phones, laptop, batteries, lipos, transmitters, anything. So, like if I head off to Joe Knoll, I know I have batteries for my cameras and then all the other peripherals that I need. And the problem is if I'm there, and I don't know if you probably have it, but when I'm at an event like Joe Knoll, there is no downtime. You barely have time to eat. So I do worry about what if all the batteries die? Am I going to go back to the hotel and charge it up? Can I find an outlet, in one of the buildings? But with this, you would be totally ready for just about anything. And that would include like a refrigerator. And I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. The other part of this is, let's say you are primitive flying or you're at a field like our field did not have power for most of the time I flew there. You could take this with you and then charge your batteries. So before you would have to bring all the batteries you might use. And then when you're done, you're done. That's it. But with this, you'd be able to keep charging and keep flying as long as you wanted. And if you had solar panels with it, you could keep charging the generator so that you would also have power. So there's a lot of benefits to this. Let's go over my first part of my video. There's many sections where I check out all the things that I can do with this. And so this is the unit in my shop, and we're at the very beginning. So let's just get right here and hit pause. This thing has a long lasting technology, and it's built to last over 10 years, even with everyday use. With that said, I want to say that I did a lot of research, and I did a lot of looked at YouTube videos. I looked at reviews. I went to Amazon and read tons of reviews. Now, Anker did send this to me. I did not purchase it, so that is something to be aware of. But after reading and watching, I'm not kidding you, a lot of YouTube, this looks like the Cadillac of what this is. And I think the reason we have something like this in existence is because of battery technology and a lot of technologies that just weren't around 10 years ago. You just couldn't make something like this. And so I'm going to talk to you about the battery in here. It's not what you think. In fact, I don't think I've ever heard of it before. So we'll go back to my video and we'll talk about, well, we're looking at the outlets. So let's talk about that. This has 2400 watt output with an RV port, 4 AC ports, 3 USB charging ports, 2 USB-A ports, and 2 car outlets. They say that you can charge just about 99% of anything that you would need. And one other thing I'll say is, one thing I learned when I bought my gas generator is you want clean power. I'm going to stop right here. You want clean power for your electronics, because if you get dirty power off Virginia, it could hurt phones and laptops and things like that. This thing is totally clean power. I caught a little something at Joe Naw, and I'm getting over it. So I'm going to feed myself tea, and we're going to get through this video together. I'm pointing at the Bluetooth button. So this actually has an app. Okay, well, let's talk about this, and then we'll go to Bluetooth. This has a screen, and this is kind of a new thing. It doesn't just tell you the percent left on the generator. We're going to see in just a minute that it's going to show you what's plugged in where, what the draw is, and how long you can run whatever it is you're trying to run. So that's very cool. It's got the Bluetooth to talk to an app on your phone, and that would allow you to monitor what's going on if this was outside of your RV, if it was downstairs running your refrigerator or your batteries outside of, just wherever the safe place is. So we're going to take a look at that as well. And then it has this light. I'm in pastures quite a bit. And if this was sitting off outside somewhere, it would be great to have this light. Go over a few more facts. This comes with a 5-year full device warranty. And that's a big deal for me, especially when I'm spending a lot of money. And well, let's talk about the price. Let's talk about the price after we talk about all the awesomeness. 5-year warranty, and it comes with all your cables. So and we'll go over this. I'll just hit the button and we'll take a look. I've got a full review going on RCGroups. It's not there yet, but I'm almost done with it. And it will have photos and all the things you want to know. I think what we're about to look at now is the handle. Once again, this unit weighs like 70 pounds, a little under 70. So this would allow you to haul it across the yard, wherever you're going on the wheels. And we'll look at that too. There's the wheels. It's built very tough. It's made to be hauled around and used. You don't have to baby it. And here's another thing I want to discuss. Let's get it in focus. This is the plug for your solar panels. So you could plug in one solar panel, or, you can fill all these up. My point to be made to you is these are uncovered. And if you were to plug in one solar panel and electricity was being generated, there would be juice going to these prongs. And if you touched them just right, you could get yourself a good shock. So what I would say is if you do wind up using this plug with your solar panels and you're only using 2 or 3, be sure and tape off the others just so you are not going to touch them, or a kid or whoever. It's something I want you to be aware of. We have another plug in here for the 12-volt stuff. And what else? That's it there. It comes in a bag. There's your 12-volt receptacles. Also, and you'll see this in the video, the silver buttons here have lights in them. So when you push to turn on the car socket or the AC, you'll know that it's on. You'll also see it up on the screen and on your phone. Here on the back, we have the inputs for charging through solar, reset button, and then this is just your power in, just like you have on lots of your devices at home. And then down below, there's something very interesting. What is that for? I'm going to tell you. You could buy a secondary battery, and it would plug into that plug, and it would double your power. It's not cheap, but you could do it. And it's just I like options. It's better than not having options, right? All right. We have fans everywhere that kick on when you're pulling enough juice. And this thing is really quiet when it charges and quiet when it runs. I mean, not notable at all. There are some great in-depth scientific videos on this by guys much smarter than me. And I think in my review, I'm going to go ahead and add them. So if you click the link in the description and go to my full review, you'll then be able to see people doing all kinds of crazy tests on this. Okay, this is my primary charger. I know it's not new, but it looks pretty good, I guess. I have 2 of these, and I can charge just about anything I have on there. So I thought, okay, well, let's start plugging stuff in. So the charger's plugged in. It's showing us. Let's hit pause. Let's go back. Hold on. Whoop, too far. Okay. So we have multi-cell lipos in there. I'm going to hit pause here. So now what you're seeing is how long will it charge this thing? Or not charge. I keep saying charge. If you hear me say that, I'm sorry. How long will it power it? 1.3 days? I'm pretty sure it says 1.3 days. 25 watts is what it's pulling. and it's showing you it's using an AC outlet and that the phone is connected. You see in the right lower corner. So yes, 1.4 days, 20 watts. So now we have a realistic number for what we're going to get off this unit. Also, I thought, well, if I'm in the field, I'm probably going to need my laptop. So, and this thing definitely drains fast. It's not new, but it is little, and that's why I like it. And that's a hand-tooled cover I made right here in the shop. But we're going to charge that guy, and the screen will dim after a certain amount of time, and you have to touch it to turn it back on. Okay, it looks like we're going to talk about the phone. So now the phone is paired up, as you can see in the right lower corner. Hold on. We're pulling 133, and we're good for, oh, I'm going to let that 1.14 days maybe. And so the phone, and we'll have a couple of shots on this. That's controlling the light right there down at the bottom. So you could maybe you turn your light up before you walk out there in the pasture to make sure there's no snakes. 11.3 hours with the battery charger and the laptop plugged in. And I'm going to plug in more stuff. There's a lot of stuff I'll be plugging in here. I was like, how do you review this? And I thought the only way I can review it is to actually use it. And short of the power going out, what can I do? And I thought, well, what would I use at the field and I'm going to stop right here. So here's some of the stuff you can see on the phone, and it'll tell you what's plugged in, what's being pulled, giving you all the information. And that comes in handy if you're in another room or in another place, like in your RV. So we come to phase 2 of how is this handy? Okay, so you're at the field, you've taken it with you, you've charged batteries, you've charged phones, you come home, I'm sorry, I keep saying charge. You powered. You come home and you charge the unit back up, and it's sitting there, right? And the power goes out. So what I'm also going to look at in this review is, can I power a microwave, a refrigerator? Can I power a really big old refrigerator to keep all my food while the power's out? This Christmas, we had rolling blackouts because the temperature was like -4. And this is when it was decided we need generators. So I bought a big gas generator, but that has to live outside because of the fumes. And so this would allow you possibly to power other things. I so apologize. I want to do this review, so I'm pushing through it. All right. Who knows where we're going next? I shot all this about 2 weeks ago before I went to Jonal. So now we're looking at the screen. Now it's my iPad, and I see my batteries for my camera, my laptop. 1.1 days, 44 watts. So with the charger off, the charger was pulling quite a bit, as you would expect, but now it's powering all this stuff for a pretty long time. So this would be all your electronics that you might need. This would be another application if power went out. You know, if you just wanted to have something to keep your wireless router going and all the other things going, this would be a great option, but it's a lot more powerful than that. I believe when you see me do some other thing, it's going to blow your mind. I'm really showing you everything here, right? These are my Canon phone batteries that I use at shows. Okay, I think we're about to jump into, and I will apologize now, we're going to jump into the old part of the shop. So everything in the shop you'll see is hand-me-downs and things that I might use to store extra food, or my daughter's little refrigerator that she took to college is down there, her microwave. These are all things that I would probably utilize if I had issues in some kind of storm. Once again, I'm playing with the phone. The app is kind of a new thing, you know, you can't really run your gas generator off an app. So this is super cool, but let's move on. Okay, now we're in the basement, I like to call it. And what do we have plugged in? I'm going to say that cable is white. 1646. Plugged into an AC. Yes, Jim, we get it. Okay, so what is it? Oh, we're plugged into an AC unit. I wanted to see if I could run air conditioning. And as you can see by that, it said like 2 hours. So AC, you can do it and it will do it, but it won't do it for long. So just be aware. You can run your AC unit. P.S. Some AC units will kick that off. The surge from the startup will turn it off. I was really surprised that it ran that. Your RV AC unit may actually kick it off. So this is my daughter's refrigerator from school that is sitting downstairs. And what do we have? 84 watts. That's going to come down. It's going to look at it and then say, okay, I can run this for 24 hours. So this is like a half fridge, right? Well, evidently the microwave's on, but it's not running. So I think the real power coming off the microwave is when you actually run it. But do we have both? Yeah, we had both plugged in. I've unplugged one now. And what I'm doing here is looking at my numbers and what it'll bring me. This menu keeps turning off and driving me nuts though. But I guess that's saving power. So what do we have? Yeah, I'm going to put something in the microwave and turn it on and see what I get. So that is a piece of bread. I just didn't want to blow it up. So we'll turn this on. That doesn't matter yet. We're going to put in 10 seconds. We're going to hit play. She's rolling. So now let's see what it's pulling from the gen. 1379 running 1.2 hours. So it's pulling a lot of juice, but you're not going to run your microwave 1.2 hours. I guess it turned off. You're not going to run your microwave full time. So there you go. You can run a microwave. And what do we have here? I'm going to bet this is a heater. Now, heater is probably the hardest thing. Let me put this right in front of the camera. Heater's probably the hardest thing on something like this. Oh, wait. Okay, I've got the fridge. 1.1. Are you gonna? We're gonna turn that on? Yes. So we have the fridge plugged in. Now we're plugging in the heater. By the way, these heaters are awesome. This thing heats my whole shop area, and I've had it for a few years now. And I would buy 2 more just to make sure I had some. That's completely a free thought process on the heater there. Okay, so the heater's on. 2.9 hours on the heater. The heater's about as hard on it as the AC, 2.3 hours. So you could run a heater if you really had to. It wouldn't last long. If you had the machine outside and it was sunny and you had your panels in, you could just about keep it leveled off in theory. If you had pure sun coming in and the right panels. And we'll talk about that. In fact, I should have talked about that already. Let me hit pause. Let's go over here. We're just going to look at some of the promo photos. We're going to go over an overview of what this machine will bring you. It'll power 99% of appliances, ultra portable, GAN Prime. We'll talk about that down below here in a little bit. Has the expandable battery. So this gives you an idea of the size, kind of a small cooler. And then on the campground in the picture, we're highlighting lights, AC, probably a small refrigerator, things like that. There's a lot of videos you can look at. And I'm going to go down a little bit more. This is the additional battery pack I was talking about. It doubles your capacity to 4096. And then this is kind of what I was showing, that you can run appliances. Coffee maker. Oh, it could be worth it right there just for the coffee maker. These are the solar panels, 1,000 watts, 2.5 hours, based on 5 200-watt solar panels. So you'd have to own the right panels that were really doing the job. But this probably is one of the smarter ways to run this machine. So here's the long-lasting. Yeah, the battery is a LiFePO 4. EV grade batteries that remain healthy for up to 3,000 charge cycles, or the equivalent of 10 years. That's crazy, man. And a 5-year warranty? Heck yeah, all day long. I love it. So this is kind of comparison between LFP batteries and other batteries. industrial grade electrical components. So it's really built well. And that's a huge thing in electronics. What am I buying? What's inside? This is just going over the case, how it's made to be drug across terrain, and sit in the sun and drop proof and all the things that you hope. I mean, this thing is built well. So what do you have here? A smart temperature control monitors temperature up to 100 times per second to eliminate overheating. GaN prime technology. I don't understand it. All I know is this is why it charges so fast, charges so quietly, and is so efficient, and reduces charging temps. It's pretty amazing, actually, the amount of thought going into this machine. So here we are talking about the wheels and the handle and the design in general. And lift with your legs, not with your back. This is the piece on the app, and this just says you can control it from wherever you want. So this is super interesting. Please note this. If you live in a place where power goes on and off a lot, wherever that may be, with nonstop power UPS, when engaged, the power station will automatically shut down any output point once a connected device has been fully charged. The flip side to this is if you had this connected to your computer and the power went out, I've seen videos where this thing powers up so fast that the computer never even turned off. So this is good backup. Let's power more waste. And I believe that's it. So let's talk about the price. Here we are. $1,999. That is a lot of cheese. I will say that I have seen some amazing deals and discounts on this in the last few days. So before you go pay full price, be sure you're looking around to make sure that there's a deal out there that you could take advantage of, because there is currently a deal. I won't say the number because that deal will change and this video will live a lot longer than that deal will. But make sure you're shopping around the price. I'm at anker.com, and that's where I found that. We'll go back to my video and wrap this up. I really am impressed with this. Once again, not only am I impressed, but people that look at these and do reviews and videos on them are really impressed as well. So it can run my AC. It can run my heater. It's not going to run it for long. All right, this is the embarrassing part. This is the basement refrigerator, and I bet this thing's from the 80s at the latest. So it's not power-wise, it's not conserving anything. But look at that. The dang refrigerator will run for 10 hours. This is when they put it over the top for me. Is this something that you need in your house? Yes. If the power goes out and you need to save your food, you could plug it into this guy. And I bet my refrigerator upstairs, the nice one, would run for longer than that because it's more efficient. But not only that, if I can run that fridge for 10 hours, the big one, I could then run a microwave and then charge things as well. I would also think this would, once again, be the place where I plug in my wireless router, my computers, and my phones in case things really got bad, and then go out and get my gas Jenny and let it run a lot of the bigger things like the refrigerators. So it's the Anker PowerHouse. And it's the Cadillac, if you ask me. Once again, I was sent this. I did not pay for it. I'm a little bit cheap. It'd be hard for me to pull the trigger on this, but the 767 portable power station really has it all and is built to last and will save you. And I feel much safer. I don't know if the word is safe, more secure, more prepared. I feel more prepared now that I have this in my house. And that if something were to go down, which has gone down repeatedly, I was in the floods, I was in a lot of different things, and without power. And so now we have this that I can take in my house and not worry about fumes and all the other things, or take it out to a show, take it to the field. If I have I could play electric guitar through this. I could run a PA system through this if I was at an event where I needed to talk to a lot of people and I'm in a pasture. Bring just my big PA system and a mic, and I would be hot and ready to go and totally secure this thing would do it. Well, I did it. I got through this thing, me and the T. Check it out. Once again, there will be a link below to the article, And in the article will be all the facts I just kind of briefly went over, be links. And I am going to go pick some more videos from guys who are much smarter than I that really talk about the technology involved. And you can take a look at those as well. I hope I've covered it and explained why I think it's cool. All right, everyone. Jim T. Graham, RCGroups.com. We're talking about the Anker PowerHouse 767. And that's it. Have a great day. And if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Bye.